Steve, and this is my garden. We call it Gimponics. Had surgery a few years ago and woke up paralyzed on the right side, so the kids call me Gimp. And we took Aquaponics from the Aquaponic system, combined the two words into Gimponics. If you want to see what we're doing, it's on Facebook. My wife puts up pictures there occasionally. The herb garden, this is part of it. Sage, kids come out and they, we get a local hog butchered every year, and we make our own sausage depending on whatever we have. So they love to pull the sage and some of the rosemary and thyme, and they'll make their own sausage in the morning for breakfast or even for dinner. And we do our own teas, so we use a lot, which we dehydrate a lot. So this lemon balm gets dehydrated a lot, and that's usually the base of whatever they're going for tea. The kids call this piece Candyland. It's the original herb garden. They call it Candyland because they come over here and they just pick whatever they want and they eat it. So usually when they're out playing during the day, they don't come in for food, and they're usually full if we force them to. So between the loquats in the early spring and then all of this down here, they eat a lot of fresh greens, and I don't even have to force it on them.
Nice.
There's an anise plant in the back that tastes like licorice, and when you go back there and you take a picture of it, all the leaves are missing because they down it.
And so you have this vegetable garden, and how do you go about eating it? What do you do with most of the vegetables out of this garden?
Most of the stuff out of here, it depends. Like the Napa here, the Chinese cabbage. I take the outer leaves, I stalk out, and I'll make soups with it, and I'll use the stalks for stir fries, bases, and then when it fully forms, I like to make kimchi. I like to lacto ferment raw foods. I don't know why. I feel better, and I don't have depression, so I don't have to be on any medications. So that's what I do, and a lot of this stuff, a lot of people don't know, but the leaves are edible. Like the broccolis, the cauliflowers. So I'll juice those leaves, and what I can't juice, I dehydrate, and I put them in a gallon containers, and then all summer when I don't have these things, I make smoothies, and I'll grind them into a powder and throw that into the smoothies.
Nice.
And then the other thing is when I'm making gravies or I'm cooking, and I need some more vegetables, I will grind them into a powder and throw them right in. Kids at first were kind of disgusted, but now they prefer it. They ask for it.
So this is almost like your medicinal garden. Kind of the background behind this is you're growing your own nutrition in your own front yard.
Yes, because when I am, I have some health issues, and I have a lot of seizures, and I can't prove it, but I keep food logs, and every year in Florida, like the last 3 months of summer, when we don't have anything coming out of our gardens, I have to supplement with store-bought, whether it's organic or not. My seizures go to 3 to 5 a day. When I'm eating strictly out of here, I'm at 3 to 4 a week.
Wow, that's a huge difference. Yeah. It's almost 10 times difference when you think about it.
It is. It's huge, and I feel much better. Far better. And I got all my medications down to just seizure medicine. That's it.
So you juice out of your garden, you grow all your vegetables, you eat it fresh right when we were walking around, you were picking peas and snapping on them.
Yes, that's the whole point. The tomatoes, the peas, everything. Even that sunflower plant, the leaves are edible. So I'll juice those leaves.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care for them cooked or anything.
And it's right in front of your garden.
Yes.
And could you tell me again, how many times a day do you get people stopping by your front yard?
This time of year, I average one a day. A new person, one a day. They just stop and they knock on the door. And then once these collard greens get bigger, I'll get 2 or 3 a day. It's amazing that a lot of people drive by and they don't have a clue what I'm doing or how to eat it. But when the collard greens they get about this tall, even the kids come knocking, hey, my father sent me down here, can I get some collard greens? So
That's wonderful.
I always grow an extra 10 or 12 out front just for the neighbors.
Fantastic.
This is a 3-year-old blackberry bush. And the first year it was pretty bad. And then the second year I started to take better care of it. Now this third year, it grew so much I had to do a trellis off to the back here to hide the trash cans. And it's producing berries all year so far.
Wow, that's fantastic.
This is where I keep my peppers during the summer. I grow like 15 different kinds of peppers. And I keep my Moruga Trinidad scorpions here to try to not to let them cross-pollinate. Because those are extremely hot.
And what do you do with all of those hot peppers?
We eat them, we dehydrate them, and then we grind them into a powder. So when the kids don't like dinner, or they're at a restaurant or at somebody else's house, they sprinkle on, instead of salt and pepper, they sprinkle on some, they call it magic dust.
Nice.
Some people call it crack. A lot of hot sauces.
A lot of hot sauce. That's awesome. I've tried your hot sauce. It's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When I was growing up with my family, steak was always the big thing. Steak night was twice a year or 3 times a year. It's kind of reversed now as I'm an adult. Now we can eat steak whenever we want because we have a cow butchered every year, grass-fed. But it's spaghetti that we only get to eat 2 or 3 times a year. And the reason is that we wait till the tomatoes are ripe, and then we get enough of them, and we can make everything from the spaghettis from the garden fresh. We have to, add olive oil, of course, but we even make our own noodles with making a dough from the leftover eggs we have. So it's a big surprise for the kids when they get pizza or they get spaghetti. I actually come out here and eat 2 or 3 of these a day, so there's not much left for sauces.
That's hilarious.
We do a ton of sauces.
They're just too delicious.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The papaya tree here, I've never grown them, and I've never really liked papayas from the fruit stands. But a guy came by and gave me a really ripe one about 8 months ago, and I really liked it. So I planted some seeds, and this thing is only about 7 or 8 months old. It's had fruit on it for like the last 5, and I think this one's done so much better than the ones out front because they were all planted at the same time. As I walk over and I put my fish poop in it from the aquaponic system, which I'll show you here in a few minutes.
Nice. Tell me about the black pepper.
Oh, I read online when I was doing some research about other cultures using the seeds, and they grind them up as a spice, and it tastes very much like black pepper. So we will dry out the seeds and then put them in a pestle and mortar and make our own black pepper instead of buying it now. This is a... Come on, man, fill a little leg. This is
This is the aquaponic system?
right, but there's a certain kind, they call it. It's an aquaponic system. I have a sump down here. Pumps are in the sump, and they pump fish water into these grow beds. And this time of year, I mainly use these grow beds as seed starts. I'm not very good at putting my seeds into a container, so I just throw them in here. Then as they come up, I pick them up and I move them. So these are my 2 fish tanks in the back.
Nice.
I eat 30 to 50 pounds of tilapia every month out of these systems, and it's self-regenerating.
Can you say that again? 30 to 40 pounds?
30 to 40 pounds.
Wow.
But this system is 2 years old. It took me a year to get it to where I could pull fish out of it all the time.
Yeah. And what do you have here growing?
These are strawberries. Strawberry tower. This is my first year with these. The results, pretty amazing. The research I've done, there's 50 plants here. I should get about 100 pounds of strawberries over the next 4 months. And these are Winter Star strawberries. It's one of the top 3 that's grown over in Plant City. And these are all grown organically. I don't know what the plants...
And what are these next systems over here? This is where you were talking about the seed beds, right?
Yes. And so right now I got some more tomatoes coming in, and I've got a lot of broccoli. Sometimes I spray too much seeds, but I've got 4 of my neighbors, and people stop by all the time looking for starts. So and a lot of this I use strictly heirloom seeds. There are seeds that I'll use, like green beans, that are not heirloom. But here, I grow so many tomatoes, and when they rot and they fall down, they grow again next year. I don't want a hybrid that won't grow.
What is this system for your filtration? Could you show me that?
Filtration, this is like a hybrid vortex filter. So water gets pumped into these tanks. The water comes off those tanks with the poop and everything, goes into this filter, swirls around in the bottom, and all the poop stays down there. Clean water focus comes through these and goes down into the tank. Then when I need to fertilize the garden, I just pull the poop off the bottom and I go spread it around.
Wow,
And my
that's
garden,
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's free fertilizer.
Free fertilizer.
Wow, awesome.
And it's not so much that it'll burn the roots. I don't worry about burning the roots.
That's great.
So we've got 8 chickens, and I feed them all the leftovers from the garden. I also, you see all these trays here, I plant wheatgrass under those, and then I move them so that I get fresh grass for them.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea.
Because they'll eat up everything that's not under, and then I also move them underneath the trampoline here and move their homes so I can grow grass back and forth.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you almost do like a pasture-raised system in your backyard.
My own backyard, yes.
Growing your own greens underneath these containers so that they have fresh greens.
Yes.
I'm gonna use that. Sorry, I'm stealing it. That's a great idea.
If I would have thought about it, and I still may do this, I'm going to move the compost bin in with the chickens.
Yeah, that's
They'll dig that up and
fantastic.
turn it.
That's a good idea.
And all the bugs, they'll eat all the bugs. These chickens do get some feed from the feed store, but it's probably 20% of their diet. I put it there just to make sure they're not hungry.
Good job.
If you would like to learn more about permaculture design, I'm hosting a permaculture design course at a local farm that I've been managing over the past year called Kinship Urban Farm. You can click the link below to learn more about our upcoming permaculture design course. Check out our website at codegreencommunity.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our Facebook. Help with a donation on PayPal or support my work on Patreon. Thank you very much, and enjoy our future YouTubes.